Hello, everybody. Merry Christmas Eve.
Eve. Yay!
Okay.
For Christmas, Adam, because Adam came before Eve.
Merry Christmas, Adam.
Very nice. Very nice.
I like that.
That's funny. If you wondered why I went, or had the look on my face, I don't know if I was like, so somebody sent me a thing because they know I love pickles, and it's a pickle pie. And this lady just put Cool Whip, relish, lime jello, and pickle juice, and then layered pickles on top.
Oh. I'm not a pickle person to begin with, but that just thank you.
I love pickles. But Cool Whip, pickle relish, lime jello, pickle juice, and pickles don't belong.
Pickled color doesn't mean it belongs on it.
Have you seen the guy that makes the videos? He like watches people cook, and then he has this song that he wrote, and basically it's just him singing "You can't eat at everybody's house." That's it. That's like.
Have you ever watched this guy?
No.
His B. Dylan Hollis. He does recipes from cookbooks that he finds, vintage cookbooks, and so it'll be like a vinegar cake from 1920 or something like that.
Oh my gosh!
And he's hilarious. But he's got a lot of like sexual innuendos in all of his stuff. But he's pretty funny. But the look on his face, because he goes into them expecting everything's going to taste horrible because they sound horrible. A lot of them sound horrible. Mm-hmm. And so whenever one tastes good, it's just the look on his face is like, this is delightful.
This is actually not bad.
But then you get the one where he's like, oh, no. It tastes like bathroom floor or something like that.
Oh. That's hilarious.
He does I like the ones he does for like the Great Depression, because like fried crackers and all kinds of things, the things that they got inventive with because, it was the Great Depression and you had, stretch what you had and stuff. And those ones are kind of fun to watch because there's some interesting, and he collects vintage cookbooks and things like that.
Oh, nice.
And so, yeah. Like one of his favorite cakes is a tomato cake. And he says, surprisingly tastes like chocolate for having no chocolate in it. And it's made with Campbell's condensed tomato soup. Oh. And he says, because it comes from an old Campbell's little cookbook. So everything in it is, is all Campbell's based and everything. And he's made it several times. He said it's one of his favorites. So he's like, go and make it and surprise everybody because they'll be like, oh, this is a really interesting chocolate cake. And they're like, it's tomatoes.
That apple pie that's made with Ritz crackers and no apple.
Yeah, and he had one. Yeah, he had an apple and everything. Yeah, so yeah, he's pretty funny.
I'll have to look him up.
Well, when I was doing the autoimmune diet, I will tell you, I made tomato sauce out of it was beets and carrots. And I know that there was vinegar in it.
I remember that.
There was some other thing.
That, yeah.
And except for the color, if I would have handed it to you on a spoon, you would not have been able to tell it wasn't tomato sauce. I don't know why. I have no idea how it worked. But I'm telling you, it tasted exactly like tomato sauce. Like it felt like Mad Scientist because I was like, how is this even happening? But the color was different because it was beets,
Of course.
But, now let me tell you, I also thought, okay, the next week that went so well. I'm like, I'll make cheese out of butternut squash. No, my friends, let me tell you.
I remember that.
I love butternut squash.
I remember that one too.
And I love cheese. But butternut squash does not become cheese.
Some things just cannot be recreated.
No. It was the same as the summer before I got diagnosed with the heart failure, and I thought that I was having lactose intolerance issues. And I started eating all the cheese that's not cheese. No. Cheese needs to be cheese. I'm sorry. Yeah. If take a lactose pill and eat the cheese because fake cheese is not the same. I'm sorry.
Agree.
So, what's everybody reading tonight?
Well,
or doing if they're not reading, maybe they're watching something.
I finished How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn. Unfortunately, it was a 3.5 star. The last 4 hours was nothing but adult content, and I basically skipped through the last, which is why it was 500 pages, Tiffany. So it would have been a 300-page book had you have cut out all of the adult content. And I have no problem with it, but even for me, it was like, I don't need to know every time they're doing it.
Sometimes there's just too much. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always think it's really weird when they have that at the end of the book.
Yeah.
Like at the very end of the book. Because I'm like, okay, we've done already resolving. We know you all together. We don't need that now.
Right. And the thing is, I understand that this is for a certain group of people, because there are a lot of readers, romance readers, and we see them on BookTube. They read pretty much for the smut. So if that's what you want this book. Yeah. It wasn't for me. So it was a 3.5 star for me. But I still really did like the full cast recording. Although what I did tell my husband was at some points it did start to sound really raunchy when you're getting two people narrating those scenes.
Yeah. Well, because then you don't have the really funny, the lady's trying to do the voice.
Yeah,
and,
or
the guy's trying to do that. Because it kind of makes it a little bit silly.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas this made it more something like you'd see really late night on a TV channel that you shouldn't be watching. But I am still reading.
The premise of that book sounded so fun, but I'm like,
it was so cute. And I don't know if it's on audio. I'm going to have to look. But when Fiona and I interviewed Sheila Roberts last weekend, or Fiona did, I was just there as backup. She talked about the new Courtney Walsh book, Christmas with a Crank, which is the same kind of idea, And if that's on audio, I'm going to grab it because it's on KU. If not, I'm just going to read it on KU because I still want that book, but I want it sweet. Right. Yeah. So,
a little less of that stuff.
So I did finish that today, but it's kind of put me off audio for some reason. I can't find anything that I want to listen to on audio, but I am still reading A Cowboy to Remember by Stella Bagwell. I'm about 30% of the way through that. And I'm reading the Sweet Valley High Christmas Thriller. Yeah. And I also did start the Babysitter's Club Christmas Chiller because it's the end of the month. Let's read all the books.
Why not?
So
why not?
But that's what I'm reading.
Well, I'm reading by Kirkpatrick Hill, which is actually a woman, but I would have thought Kirkpatrick was a man. It's called The Year of Miss Agnes.
Oh, that's got a cute cover too.
Yeah.
Sweet. It's cozy. It's got a cozy cover.
Yeah.
Nice. On audiobook, I'm reading Deadly Delights. I am at 58%. It is by Laura Jensen Walker. It's a bookish bakery series. There's 2 in the series. I'd read the first one. I was like, oh, I should probably read the second one. So I am. It's cute, but I now remember I'm like, oh, one of my things was I feel like this author couldn't decide on a theme. So they were like, okay, my baker also is going to write cozy mystery. She's also going to do some dog walking. And then she's also, it seemed like they didn't want to pick a theme. So they just tried to mash every single thing up into one. And it's a lot. It just, it seems you can feel it that's what happened. But I am still, I'm enjoying it. It's fine. And then on ebook, I am reading. What am I reading, Tiffany? Hold on. I know it's here. Mulberry Mischief. And then I started a Christmas romance called My Hoopla. It's not called My Hoopla. It's called it's called Merry Christmas. It looks cute.
That sounds cute.
But it's by Piper Rain.
Looking at that one.
It's by Piper Rain, who can be pretty spicy. And I'm like Sarah, I don't mind spice, but I do prefer my Christmas reads to be on the sweet side.
I don't know what it is about that, but I agree with you.
And I'm fine with spice. It's not that I don't care. It's not going to make or break a book, but I want it to be more on the sweet side than the spice side. I guess just because I want more of the Christmas feels, and that to me is more. I don't know. I can't explain
Christmas
it.
Tends to be
Leave
more
me alone.
She doesn't want the biker romance feels in her Christmas.
No.
Oh, and believe me, looking
You
at
want your Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I've run across some of those biker romance things.
You want your Christmas romances to be sweet enough that Mrs. Claus can read them.
There you go.
That's it. That's it.
Precisely.
And Sarah agrees with me, so we're both right. So Thank you. That's what I meant. What Tammy said.
So
I want
I'm
my books to be able to be
probably
read by
going
Miss
to
Claus.
be editing video so that I can put it up for tomorrow because I need to get my Vlogmas one. I've been kind of like running around and I haven't.
I don't know what just happened.
So. I don't either, but though you come back, there you are. I don't know. That was weird.
I did this because you said something, and
oh there. See, don't do that. It's trying to do that whatever it is whenever you do the thumbs up. I guess that's funny. But if I read, it will probably be on the Hallmark book because I'm still reading on it. So
nice. I did put up a video today that was like really fast. I filmed it up. Okay, I don't know why I thought this. I filmed it like a short, like vertical, because I thought, oh, I can do it in a short, because I had bought a book advent calendar and forgot all about it until today. So I opened all the days, even 24 and 25, because I thought, well, at this point, I'm clearly not going to do it on the right day. I hadn't even opened it. So anyways, I was like, I'll do it as a short. Yeah, it's 12 minutes long. What was I thinking that it was going to be 3 minutes? So I filmed it vertically, and then I was like, well, I can't refilm it because I've already opened it now. Like they're all open and taken out. So, yeah.
I filmed day 25 and I didn't have anything extra to go with it, but now I can film some more and I can just add to it because I got a package.
Ooh, fun.
So Elizabeth's package showed up today. So.
Nice.
So I'm like, well, look, I can have, so on day 25, because I'm doing 25 of them because I was doing my 25 and 25. So I'm going to do a Christmas one. And so I like, look, I can open a package on Christmas.
Oh, how nice.
And so, come on, there we go. Pat says, good evening, everyone. I just finished Death of Christmas Cater by Lee Hollis, 5 stars. Started reading tonight Deadly Decorations by Kathleen Suzette. Christmas shop mystery number 1. Don't forget to thumbs up. Thank you, Pat.
Oh, I'm not supposed to do that.
And going to try to stay up for the sprints tonight. I've been up since 4 a.m. It was 19 this morning, and the high of the day is 35. It's supposed to be 50 by Christmas. Woo. It was cloudy today, and it just felt chilly, even though it said it was 52. I was like, I was cold up here in my room, and I'm like, it's colder today than it was whenever it was like 30. I don't know why. It just felt super cold. And Mary Jo says, just stopping by to say hi. Busy making Christmas cookies. Oh, yummy, yummy.
Yeah.
If you're in here at any time, you need to tell me what kind of Christmas cookies, because I like to know what kind of Christmas cookies people do.
Agreed.
And Maura says, good evening, friends. Still reading Fraud and Feta by Michelle for number 3 in the series. Loving it. I'm at 84%, so should finish it during the first sprint or at least this evening. Yeah. And Melmac says, hello, everyone. Storm, this is your friendly reminder to check your DMs. And yes, I'm supposed to remind everybody that her new read around the world thing or whatever it's called. I don't remember exactly what it's called. That's in the Discord. Starts next Wednesday.
Yay!
I think that's the first, like whenever the first is. So to remind everybody that, you know, get your books lined up or whatever. And it is China, right? I think it's China.
Yes, it is.
Yes. So everything has kind of to do with China.
Excellent.
And hey, Azus. I haven't seen you in a while. Says, good evening from Poland. Visiting my family here and hopefully staying awake to enjoy at least the first sprint since it's already 1 a.m. here. Happy holidays.
Wow. How wonderful. What an amazing trip. Oh, I hope you're having a wonderful time.
Kim says, good evening, everyone. Reading Christmas with the Queen, 40% in. Staying at my dad's until Thursday. Hope you're enjoying yourself.
Are you enjoying it, Kim?
And Amy says, hello, everyone. I'm going to continue reading The Babysitter's Club Christmas Chiller by Ann M. Martin tonight.
Yay.
Cajun says, hi, everyone. I'll be home for Christmas.
No.
Fatal.
I'll be
Oh,
home for
I'll
Christmas.
be home.
Honestly, Storm.
Fatal Food Festival number 4. See, Cajun, you were reading that on the wrong person's time because see, and Esther Jane says it was -1 when I woke. It
Oh.
just started snowing again. Due for 3 to 6 again tonight. Ugh. I am still reading Frictional Characters by Elizabeth Span Craig. We will have a white Christmas. Y'all keep that up there.
We are going to have a white Christmas as well, which I'm very happy about.
We're going to have a nice, cozy 52 degrees.
No.
And Esther Dane says, I cheated today and had pizza for lunch and dinner. I had pizza for dinner because I brought a little bit of that leftover from yesterday home. And so Barbara says, afternoon friends, today I'm reading Christmas book, A Very Merry Bromance. I love this series. I'm also eating a McRib and a holiday pie and unsweet iced tea with lemon to wash it down.
A holiday pie. What flavor is that?
Is the holiday pie, is that the one from McDonald's that's like the custard pies? Because that's what I think they used to be. They were like probably my favorite pie that McDonald's would get. And I was always sad because they only got them at the holidays.
I have a Burger King apple pie from my dinner.
I had one of my pumpkin cookies for dessert.
Yum.
That is
and
really
Esther
cool.
Jane says to Azu, wow, Poland, cool.
Very cool.
And Cajun says, brr, to Esther Jane.
Right?
And also loves that series. Hi, Anne says, hi, I'm reading Christmas Stocking, a mystery anthology by Charlotte McLeod. Cool. That name sounds familiar. I feel like I hauled a book from her at one point this year. And Sherry says, hello, everyone. I'm going to be listening to Passenger to Frankfurt by Agatha Christie. It's my 1970s book for Novel Life Challenge. Cool.
Nice.
And that is a video I need to record because I did I've read my first ones for 1975. I just haven't.
Is that the reading every year that you were born thing?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The one that Ollie was doing.
Yeah. Everything goes back to Ollie. He's like the bane of, challenges.
I started that, but I had to quit. I started, I hit the 1970s, and boy, that was kind of a dry spell for a decade. And I was like, I don't want to force myself, so I quit.
Good for you.
There you go.
Yeah.
I was going to say, too bad you can't feel like a middle grade or something. That was 1970.
There weren't many great middle grade books then either. Yeah.
That's the one good thing about I like the old mysteries and romances and stuff like that. So I can pretty much guaranteed to find something in every one of the.
Well, one of the rules is it has to be a book you haven't read already.
Yeah.
And
the hardest part is not being able to read an author over.
Right.
Really?
Yeah. There's a lot of things going for it that make it really difficult. A lot more difficult than you'd think it is.
Because that was because whenever I was trying to do finding books for bestsellers, and so I would go and I would look on Wikipedia and it would have a list of the number 1 best-selling books. A lot of time every year was the same people.
It was always Stephen King.
Yeah.
Well, Stephen King and the guy that does The Bourne Identity, that guy.
Oh, yes. Yep.
And Ken Forsyth or whatever his name is.
Or the guy who wrote the
Fawcett
of the Earth.
He was on there quite a bit, and it was a lot of the same. It's well, this is not helping much. I can't read the same person.
Yep.
Just read a Babysitter's Club book that was published every year in the 80s. That would have been my
There you go.
That's what it's if I couldn't find a bestseller to try, then I would just go back to I have all these retros. So
right.
And as it says to Esther Jane, thank you, and it's perfect Christmas atmosphere. I bet.
Actually, now saying that, it kind of reminds me of that a couple years ago when I did the 40 Years of Harlequin project. When I read a book published every year from 1979 to now, or to 20.
Yeah, it is kind of like that. Yeah.
If I hadn't been sick this year, I would have done it for 45. I should do it next year.
There you go.
All right, I got to think about that now. Sorry.
Nita says, "Hi everyone. Tonight I'm continuing reading Sleigh Ride Together with You." And Esther says, "I'm in the middle of New York, and it is here's two with plenty of snow."
Yeah, Esther gets all the lake effect stuff.
Yeah,
True.
you can keep it, Esther Jane. You just keep it with you. Kim says, "At some point, I'm going to plug my phone in." Yeah, that happens. And Emily says, "I have 14 pages left to throw in a glass. Let's go." All right.
Nice, Emily.
And I'll finish a couple here and we'll get into a reading sprint. So, as it says, Esther, let it be white. Says, "Yay, Emily." And then, "Way to go, Emily." And we will stop there and go ahead and read till the top of the hour. So, happy reading, everyone.
Happy reading.
So how'd everybody do?
I am on chapter 17 in Deadly Delights. I don't know what percentage it is because I got a new library card. Ro talked me into getting the Stark library card. Okay.
Did she twist her arm real hard?
Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't
crying the whole time.
You know. But anyways, it doesn't tell me where I'm at, which I don't like. But it seems
That's
like
weird.
they have a lot. Oh no, it does. I lied. I'm at 69%.
Excellent.
And now I'm looking through the library to see what they have that's new.
She said, didn't it have like a really good like cozy mystery selection? And
Yes.
I think she said
So
something
far-
about even like the Harlequin was or something.
So far, it looks like they have quite a bit of really both of those things. So
That's good.
yeah.
I found what I found an audiobook called The Christmas Clash, I think, and it's a young adult Christmas story, so you know it's going to be sweet. I'm not sure. I listened to the first couple chapters, so I think I'm kind of going to do just like a little try a chapter thing during these sprints and just see if something gets my attention.
There you go.
Yeah. It's cute so far. It's about these two rival teenagers whose parents own, like, in the food court of the mall, like, two different, like, restaurants. And then they find out just before Christmas that the mall's going to be shut down and they're going to build condos, so they're going to try and save the mall. That's the whole plot. Yeah.
Well, that's cute.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead, Tim.
I read in my book, and then I switched to my Emily Loring book.
Nice.
And
Excellent.
That Emily Loring sounds really familiar. I swear, I think I have that one. I have like two. I think I have like two of her books, and I think that's one of them because that name sounds very familiar. Whenever you were showing it on your video, I was like, I'm sure I have that.
Oh, she's back in the hat.
Uh-oh.
It's the cat in the hat.
Cat in the hat.
How'd your reading go, Tiff?
Me?
Oh,
Oh, you already
she
said
did it first. Yeah, she went first.
We went the wrong way. That's what
we did.
I'm confused.
How about you?
It's been a long day. I edited my video and I lied. Instead of doing the Hallmark one, I was doing the Holiday by Gaslight, the Mimi Matthews. I'm like 39% into it, and I kind of like to get that one done by Christmas, because if I do, then I feel I've fulfilled all the squares for the very vintage Christmas, and I feel like I want to do that before Christmas. I want to do it before Christmas. That's what I'm trying to. I need to get that one going.
Good for you.
Hi, and so Renee says, hi, everyone. I'm reading Set the Record Straight by Hannah Bonin Young, a sapphic holiday romance.
Nice.
Hi, Em. Hello.
Hi,
And Emily says, I'm also on a boil order since 7 last night. Fun times. Yeah, I seen your list of things in Discord. I was like, oh.
I called them her list of grievances, and I totally agree.
Yeah.
Right?
Hi, Jill. Hi, everyone.
It was like everything all at once. I'm like, dang. That's horrible.
Laura, I like pickles, but that's just no.
Yeah, I'm with you, Moira. I love pickles. Like, love pickles.
Sounds revolting, yeah.
But it sounds revolting.
BRB, my Walmart orders here.
And Amy says, Emily reads, I love the Throne of Glass series. I'm so happy you're reading it. How do you like it? PK says, yes. I don't know if that's supposed to be I love those kids. I live those kids, Stormy. I love those kids.
I think so.
Yeah. Ew, I do not like pickles.
I love pickles, but not that.
Yeah. Because I don't know, that pickle thing reminded me of that one guy, because he's tried some really interesting like things and everything. And whenever he tries something that's really gross, it cracks me up. Like you know, and you just listen to the title of whatever it is he's making, and it's like that just doesn't Doesn't even sound appealing. Not at all.
Yeah.
I feel really bad for the people that ate that back then. And he's made a lot of Jell-O mold stuff.
Oh, I'm sure.
And one of them was the SpaghettiOs.
Yep.
And the Jell-O mold thing or whatever.
Oh,
and when he dumps it over and he pulls it up and it's like, and he's like, oh, but he always tries it though.
It sounds awful.
SpaghettiOs and hot dogs and Jell-O. It was a thing.
Yep. Yeah, because he's like, and we're not done because you put hot dogs in the middle.
Yeah, you do.
And I've
never heard of that, but that sounds absolutely disgusting.
It's not just SpaghettiOs. Hot dogs too.
I don't think he's from America. He doesn't necessarily have an accent, but he always says things like "you Americans" or "what you Americans do." So I'm like, I guess so I don't know if he's not from America or if he's just making fun of us all as a whole. I don't know. Barbara says, "I saw that, Tiffany. I would try it for a price." Storm, that guy is really famous.
I mean, I would try a bite it would have to be a pretty significant. I don't know. I would try it for a price, I guess, too. But
yes, that guy is pretty famous. He does a lot of TikTok, is I think where he kind of got his. And he tried doing YouTube. He doesn't do a lot of long form anymore. He mostly does the shorts, so he has to do everything like really condensed and everything. But he's like, I'm so used to yelling at the camera because he does it all like really quick. And so now when I crack my eggs, I'm like, eggs, because that's how he does it. Eggs.
Oh, that's funny.
Water. Fire. And it says, wow, love those vids. Yeah. Emily says, Amy, I'm liking it. I confess that I looked to see who she ended up with because my anxiety couldn't deal with that.
Oh,
there
my
are
gosh.
definitely things in here that are so alluded to the Akator series.
I saw a video today, the trend of like we listen and we don't judge.
Mm-hmm.
It was like we listen and we don't judge book edition. And this girl was like, when I was in high school, I used to look and see like the endings of books like Emily was just talking about. She's like, and I was reading The Fault in the Stars. And I don't, if you haven't read it and you don't want a spoiler, shut your ears, because she said I was reading The Fault in the Stars and I thought I'd skip ahead. And she said the last two words in the book were, I do. And so she's like, I spent the whole book thinking that they got married. She's like, you can imagine my surprise. And then she's like, we listen and we don't judge. I was like, oh, no, that's the perfect reason why you should never look ahead of the book.
Especially just those last. If you're going to cheat, you have to at least read a little bit more than just the last couple.
Right.
And Anita says, Tiffany, you look like Christmas personified.
She is. Yeah, she is the tree.
Hi, Colonel Mustard in the library. DG, I think I remember.
Yes, I think you're right.
And Roxy says, hello, all. Another Monday, another week of reading Rhythm of War. 73% in. Oh, you are getting there.
You're motoring. You can do it.
You are getting there.
And Emily says, I know, which is why I need to read Throne of Glass before Crescent City. I think that's what that's supposed to be. But in reading books one, all I could think of was, Amarin tied in. Yeah, and see, and I kind of want to read, I kind of wanted to read, I don't so much anymore, the Crescent City books. But everybody's like, well, no, but you have to read like the Throne of Glass because there's stuff in. And I'm like, no, I'm not reading all of those to read those. So I'm out. I wanted to read that series because it had like vampires and all that kind of things and stuff. I don't want to read the Throne of Glass and all the other ones.
Come on, baby.
So.
And those are series I will agree you do need to read in order. And yes, those words did come out of my mouth. Missy.
And says Tiffany is definitely in the spirit.
She
Not
is
quite
in
sure
the
what
bar.
kind of spirit, but she is in the spirit.
I feel remiss that MacBook didn't do like a special
Yeah,
for Christmas. Like I
They
could
should.
send up presents or Christmas trees or
yeah,
something.
they should.
Come
I
on.
feel like you've been into the spirits.
Tiffany's rock, like she said, Tiffany's rocking enough festive
Listen.
spirit vibes for
That's
all.
right.
Mind your business, Sarah.
Emily says, I just need to figure out when to read Assassin's Blade after book 3 or 4. Amy says, Tiffany, you are so rocking the Christmas look tonight. I love it. And Melmac says, looking good, Tiffany. You kind of have a Christmassy Elton John vibe going on.
Yes. Yes.
I said the same thing last night. Remember, I said
Yeah.
When you
I
got
love
the
these. I
glasses,
feel
yeah.
like Elton John, and then I said the exact same thing, Melmac, and I do love an Elton John. I said I mean that in the highest compliment.
Cajun says, oh, we used to have a neighbor that I called Miss Agnes. I mean, her name was Agnes. I just called her Miss because I was young and Southern. LOL. And Cajun says, hey, Melmac, good to see you at Alive. Yeah.
I agree, Cajun.
And Amy says, Emily, yes. So read A Throne of Glass before CC. You will get all the OMG moments in CC. That's why I won't, because I don't want to read 7 books to get to the big chunky, like 3 or 4 book series. I ain't gonna do it. I love the year of Miss Agnes.
Did we just score?
And Melmac said to Cajun, hi. Hello, Jesse. Says hello, everyone. And Emily says, Amy, I'm kind of wanting to toss my TBR and binge Throne of Glass. And Amy says, I did the same thing. I read all the Throne of Glass back to back. I will say that I have read Throne of Glass. That's as far as I've gotten. I have read Throne of Glass when it first came out, probably. So that's been a long time ago, and I will not be going back.
Whoever that is, it just scored.
Ow! Sorry.
Did your cat
I'm
get you?
dealing with a petulant child here.
Oh, be nice, kitty.
Dramaticus Catechus is her new Latin name. She
Tiffany
throws herself down like I'm not kidding, like a fainting goat. She throws herself down.
Cajun's gonna have to wait and watch your Advent video since she has the same one, so she will watch it after Christmas since you opened them all.
Gotcha. Yep,
That's not
I
how you
did.
do it,
Well,
Tiffany.
I figured. I mean, it took me this long to open the first 23. I might as well open 20.
Just go ahead and open them all. Yeah.
And I still had forgot about it. Kevin's like, are you going to do this? And it was up, and he hits that out, and I'm like, oh, yeah, of course I am.
Say thanks, Kevin. You're supposed to remind me on the 1st.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kevin. You're supposed to remind me on the 1st.
He was waiting till the 1st of January.
That's right. That's right.
Why have all the fun in December?
Exactly.
Tav says, woohoo, I forgot there were sprints tonight. I'm reading Lady of Constance by Mimi Matthews. Hoping to finish this one tonight. It's really good. Cool.
Ooh,
Excellent.
nice.
I'm liking the one that I'm reading, but there's not a lot to it. It is a short one and everything. I think a lot more of it's going to be towards the end of the part, and I'm at 39%. They're at the Christmas party. So
Nice.
Mimi Matthews has been making the rounds this Christmas, hasn't she?
has.
People reading her.
And Anita says, Melmac, you're right. Tiffany reminds me of a little like Elton John.
Oh, okay. In that case, hold on 1 second. I got it.
The neighbor dropped off eggnog pie for me last night. First time ever having it. It was delish. Yes, I ate it already.
I don't know about eggnog pie, but I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Barbara says, this book you all need to put on your 25 for 25. Wings of Desire by Harlan Sanders. I may have bought it when I was in pain medication. I looked it up. I looked it up and I kind of laughed. It was a little bit funny. Let's see if I can find it. If you can see it, I don't know.
Mm-mm.
But there's Colonel Sanders.
Is that Colonel Sanders?
Yes.
It's Colonel Sanders.
And it's called Tender Wings.
Yep, it's a KFC romance.
I'm
And it's
gonna
Colonel
have to
Sanders
look this up just
novella.
to show Kev. What is the book called again?
It's Tender Wings of Desire by Harlan Sanders. And it says a Colonel Sanders novella.
No,
Because you know
I'm
it's
gonna
gonna
have
be
to look
like
that up too.
Tender Wings of Desire. Oh my God, hold on, Kevy.
And I could kind of see Barb doing that when she was on pain medication.
Mhm.
Oh my God.
This looks fun. And then she's going through her Kindle going, where did that come from?
Right.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm ordering this. So
Oh my God.
I mean,
It's got a whole 2.77 rating on the Goodreads.
and that was Barb.
I figured it would have been a, 1.1 for those 11 herbs and spices or something. Oh God, that is so funny.
Yes, I'm enjoying my time. I wish the rest of the family had been able to stay longer. Girls had to get back to work. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah. Oh, and Julia's having eggplants and ziti for dinner.
Ooh, I love it.
And then Cajun was like, Barb, Harlan Sanders as in the Colonel.
Yeah, and if you go on Goodreads and if you look up the author, he is the author, and it starts talking about American businessman best known for his chicken.
Oh my God.
It's
That
hilarious.
is the best thing today.
Thank you, Barb, again.
Yeah, I was going to say, leave it to Barb to supply.
That's
Barb,
why we love you, Barb.
amazing. Barb wins today.
Barb wins. Yeah, Barb wins today.
And Anita says New Jersey's having snow tonight. And I woke up this morning to 9 degrees.
Oh my gosh.
Lee says, hey everyone, I'm going to be listening to the most wonderful crime of the year. Yay, I like that one.
Lee, are you enjoying it? I want to read that.
And Miss Hoot, hi Miss Hoot, says, I'm about to start the most wonderful crime of the year too.
Oh, we might have a bingo right in a row.
Right?
And Esther James says, hi Tammy, was it you that suggested The Christmas at Thompson Hall by Anthony Trollope? I'm going to try to squeeze him in for Christmas.
Nice.
I almost thought about trying to get to that one because I was like, well, it's kind of short. But then I was like, I have all I need to read with my eyeballs and finish this book.
Right? Your eyeballs.
It's really short.
And Lisa to Miss Hoot, I'm enjoying it so far. I'm glad. And Christina says, hi, happy 4th day of Yuletide. Storm, Sarah, Tiffany, and Tammy currently watching Angel Falls, a novel holiday, and deep into Santa's workshop trying to get caught up. Supper is rice with black beans, corn, chicken on tortillas, and corn chips, not sure yet. Or corn chips, not sure yet, I think. And
I always vote corn chips.
yes. Remember to hydrate, check the laundry, and deck the like button up with the boughs of holly and la la la.
I love it. Love it.
Nice Wallace is, hey all, last sprint before I head to bed. Well, after one last game of trivia. Well, enjoy. Sounds fun.
Can you not wreck the computer, man?
Emily has finished Throne of Glass, 4.5 stars.
Emily.
Stop it.
Good job.
And it says, I will start the most wonderful crime of the year
There we
later
go.
tonight.
We do have a bingo.
Bingo.
Well done, people. Well done.
Yeah, that would be my reading and bed book. Time to pick back up Rhythm of Orange. You can do that.
Excellent.
All the chunky books. All the chunky books. Got to 53%. Got to chapter 16. Haley. And got to 58%. And Lee says, hi, Tanita. How are you doing with the weather? And Jill says, good. got 21% and 54%.
Nice, everyone.
All this good reading, 72%.
Right?
Oh, finished my book, 5 stars. And Anita says, I'm comfy inside reading, but when I walk the dog, I'm freezing.
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
imagine.
So the only thing about having to walk the dogs is wintertime.
I saw that
When it's
meme on Facebook, and it was like
hot.
dog owners. And it's like you're all bundled up walking your dog in the snow, and it's like cat owners. You're all cuddled up in bed.
And Caitlin said hi to Lee, 53%. And another hi, Lee. Tiffany, what library card did you get?
Stark Library in Ohio.
In Ohio. And did that cost you like?
It's $50, but you get 30 Hoopla credits, and their
Oh, wow.
Libby is really outstanding.
Okay.
So it really is worth it.
I might have to look into it.
And Lee says to Anita, same here. I'm staying inside. A lot of highs going on here. And Jill says, I started Ellie Alexander's Murder at the Movies, read 12 pages at dinner. And Christina said hi to Toya. And hi, Christina. And hey, Christina. And you've been sprinting all day too. Yeah, I've seen her around. Bunch of highs. Highs and highs. And yay for finishing. Just going through these really quick. And Kay says, yes, sprinting all day trying to get things done. Same. And Anita says, I'm not Tiffany, but it was Stark Library. Okay.
Yep.
$100 for that card.
For you? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Ooh.
Yep. Next. I don't need to buy books for that much every year.
And Christina says, hi, and yay for finishing Emily. And hi to Paula. And Christina, or Anita said to Kim, never heard of it. I'll have to look it up. And it's Ohio, I think $50 other town.
Yep.
And I have it too. Cool. And hey, y'all, I'm tardy. Hi, Lou. And PK says, sorry, was driving home before the spelling era. Okay. Walk Keo and etc. Reading Seeking Solace by M.L. Hamilton. A quickie.
Oh.
Hot dogs and Jello. What?
Exactly, Jill.
Welcome to the 1970s.
Exactly, Jill.
Things were weird back then.
1970s of the Jello mold.
Yep.
And Barbara says, I always read the last page of a book. That way, if I die, I know how it ends.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Oh boy.
It's good though, so worth it. Yeah.
Barb
I
needs
think
to take her comedy act on the road and come to Idaho.
really
I think it's hilarious.
It really does.
She needs
It
her own
might-
YouTube channel.
If I liked fantasy more, I probably would have continued on, I think, with Throne of Glass, but I just don't like fantasy enough. Not anymore. I used to kind of like it, and I kind of fell out. I don't mind middle grade fantasy, but even at that, if it goes over so many books, I'm like, I'm done. Can we wrap it up now? And Meg said, even all, I'm 84% into Scottish Christmas by Emma Bennett. And yes, Cajun, it's spicy like chicken.
Oh my god.
Colonel Sanders looks spicy. Like
I love Barb.
Hi,
I want to be Barb when I grow up.
Right?
hi, Sonia says, watching y'all as I wrap the last of client gifts. I think Tiffany is into spirits. Yes.
Yep.
Mind your business.
And she said, Sarah stole my life.
That's why we're friends, Sonia.
And updating my spreadsheet. I need to read 2 more books, and I'll have hit 100 books.
Wow.
You know, that's really good considering the fact that like half of your books were 1,000 pages.
Yeah, precisely. And I did see something the other day somewhere online that said, like, if you read more than 50 books a year, you read more than 99% of the population in the U.S.
That's sad.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
Hi, Regina. Says, good evening, everyone.
No.
Regina.
And Christina says, and now with the rave lights, Tiffany really reminds me.
That's why I did it. I was like, okay.
I was waiting for him to burst into Rocket Man. He sings that, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And I think it's Donna says, howdy, everyone. Hope all are having a pleasant and meaningful holiday week. Finished the last 2 chapters of the Betchley Riddle by Ruta Sepeti and Steve Shrinkin.
Nice. Excellent.
And Colonel Mustard says, I don't read romance, but a KFC romance, I may have to get it.
It's only 96 pages.
A KFC romance? What the what?
Yeah, I like that. What the what?
Romance KFC.
Oh my gosh.
What is the name of the book again? It is Tender Wings of Desire. Yes, Tender Wings of Desire.
And I love the next comment. Love me some Trollope. So we're getting both KFC Romance and Anthony Trollope. Everything happens on Sprints.
We are very eclectic in
That's
our
right.
reading taste.
Oh my god. I just couldn't even believe
It's
it.
the same night I brought sweet tea and Jesus Fuse.
Tell me about the book title.
That one was like chicken soup for the soul.
Oh.
Barb's just going to have a live llama showing up at her house at some point this week.
You really must have been on the pain medication if that's what you got all of that in.
Oh, it's too funny.
I love it.
Christina went through putting it on tortillas with corn chips on top. There you go. Both the best of both worlds. And he says CC is its own storyline series with its own set of characters. I know, but everybody's like, but you've got to read these other ones before that. And I think it's because it's got like carryover characters or whatever. If it didn't matter, then maybe I would think about it, but I don't know. And it says, I looked it up and said it was $100 for a non-residence card. Yeah.
When did you get it, Tiffany? Was it yesterday?
Yeah, the
A
out
part
of
of me's
state is
wondering
50.
if a bunch of people have done it, and now they're like, hold on, and up the price.
Oh, yeah, I just did it yesterday, and out of state was 50.
Yep, now it's 100.
I wonder if it's because you're like in a different country though.
Well, who just said? Anita, she's not. She's in the States.
Oh, it says non-resident e-card or something. They might have. They'll be like, oh, wait a second. Somebody been spreading the word too much.
Right.
Because he says, I could have sworn I just paid $50. I wonder if
Mine was 50. I mean, I literally just paid for it.
Wow.
I'm in Spokane, Washington. Where are you? I am on fire tonight, Barb.
Yes, you're on fire every night, Barb.
Yes. And we need to get into another reading sprint, so I'll read a couple more. It says, that's awesome. Emily reads on getting to 100 books. Yeah.
Well done.
And it says, where are people finding the Tender Wings of Desire? I just looked it up on Goodreads, so I don't know where it is.
Yeah, I don't know where you find the book.
Yeah.
Oh, how is there no penalty on that?
No. Oh, wait.
And Emily said Brandon Sanderson's were all over the place. Yeah, he's got some like really chunky ones to not so chunky. You know, I mean, you read his novellas, you know, you have his 300-page novellas and
I've only read one Brandon Sanderson book, and I read it 2 or 3 months ago because my dad told me it was so good, and it was called Skyward.
that's a young adult one, ain't it?
Oh, it's what?
I think that's his young adult ones, ain't it?
Yeah, and it's more of a science fiction. It was really good.
Oh, okay.
It was very
I know,
good.
a lot of
And I
people
want to
like
say it
it.
was maybe 300-400 pages or something. It wasn't very long. It read really quickly because it was very engaging and good book.
And my book called Life, Essie says, hi ladies, I'm organizing my 2025 TBR list. That sounds fun. And so we shall get into a reading sprint and read to the top of the hour because I just noticed it's like 7:30, so we should read some.
Sounds good.
I think I'm going to hop off. I have some stuff I have to get done
Okay.
before tomorrow. And the other update is I'm going to be doing sprints on Wednesday, just on Christmas Day, starting at 11, but I'm not going to be able to do sprints tomorrow. I'm going to my aunt and uncle's and then coming home, but then we have something in the evening we're going to take grandma to. So I don't think that there's going to be enough time in between all of that stuff, but I will be here Wednesday at starting at like 11 Eastern, and I'll send everybody all the normal characters.
I know that PK's doing them
come in when you can, leave when you can. It slide in, slide out, up, down, sideways. All
Okay.
that.
Cool.
Okay. Everybody have a great holiday. I will see you guys all on Wednesday. Have a wonderful holiday. Thank you, Storm. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Come up here, man.
And happy reading to everyone else.
Happy reading.
So how did everybody do?
Well, I broke into my giant bag of Christmas popcorn.
Awesome.
And it is delicious. And I went over to my category romance shelves in the other room, and I just decided to pick up a random love-inspired because I needed to read a faith-based Christmas book. I think that's what I wanted. So I've got her Holiday Family by Ruth Logan Hearn. It's about a woman whose cafe burns to the ground, and then this guy she liked in high school comes back to town, and, you know, that kind of story. What's not to love?
Can't get much sweeter than that.
Right? After the making point, I think I needed a more reason for the season type story.
That's cool.
I just continued on with my book and got quite far.
Good.
How is it so far?
Oh, I'm loving this. This one's really good. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
One of these days, I'm going to give that author a try. We're going to have to buddy read again, and I have a feeling it might be that author because I have another book. I think I have number 14. Have you read that one yet?
I have whichever one you had written down somewhere because I remember you said, "Will buddy read this?" And but I have it written down. I don't know where it is right now.
I will say because we didn't have a very good go this year with our buddy reads, so we need a buddy read redo.
Yes, we do. We'll do it.
So I got to 43% in Holiday by Gaslight. So
Excellent.
she's given him like a second chance to kind of prove that he's not just like this like no emotion guy because she didn't want to marry him, though he's kind of like her only person to marry because her father spent her dowry, so she has no money, and he's a merchant guy, a tradesman, and so he has money and everything, but he just like doesn't show emotion. He doesn't show any, and she's like, this is just not going to work. So she's like, but they're having a Christmas party and she's invited him. And this is his chance to try to get to know him, to see if there's something in there that she could at least befriend. If she could be friends with him, then she could marry him or whatever kind of a thing. So she's like, there's got to be something in there. And so, yeah, so it's kind of cute. Let's see. And so Meg says, I was hoping to read 300 books this year, but like I did last year, but I'm happy to get to 280, which I'm only 3 away from. I could still possibly get 300, but I'm not worried if I do or I don't. Yeah.
That is still freaking amazing.
Yeah. I don't know how many I'm at, but I know I'm in the 200s or whatever. But
I didn't count for a good portion of the year, and I didn't keep track. So I have no idea. I might end up somewhere around 50 if I had to hazard a guess.
I know that my Goodreads and my tally does not show the same thing. Okay, I'm at 242.
Good for you.
So yeah, so it's not bad. And I do think it's less than last year because like I did tell myself that it wasn't if I didn't read as much I wasn't going to worry about it and all that stuff. And I mean, it's still a lot because I do a lot of audio.
Yes.
And
which is fine.
My computer is messing with me, so just a second.
I loved your video where you were talking about your main goal for this coming year.
Yes.
And, if you're going to be reading your own books and you're going into it knowing you're going to be doing a lot of eyeball reading and knowing that you won't get as many books read, I think it'll be easier for you because you will have already known that's what's coming,
That's right.
And yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah, and so I thought, it deserved its own video so that I could show these are the books that I did read this year. Because that was a goal that I had for this year, but the books that I showed that I wanted to read were totally different than the books that I actually read. So I was like, yeah, I did read them, but it was just not the same books. Because I kind of got into my mystery kind of like retro mystery era, so it was a lot more of that than the actual romances. And so Nito's telling whoever was asking that she's in New Jersey. And it is a Kindle book. No, that one, The Tender Wings of Desire. Okay, my friend Barb, the new Virgin River season has hit Netflix. I am not looking forward to it already. We kind of hate watch it and everything, and she's only 2 episodes in, and she's so mad. I'm like, oh no. I'm not looking forward to it. I was like, maybe tomorrow I'm like, I'll try an episode. But she was mad at not even finishing like the first like episode and a half. She was already mad. So I'm like, this is not.
That's hilarious that you're angry watching it.
Yeah, because they are so different than the books. This is so different. It's like the things that they do to her favorite character, which is Preacher, which is the black guy that's on there and everything. And that's her favorite character and everything. His like story, they have twisted and turned into something horrendous from what it was in this book and everything. And she is so mad. So that's why I was like, I have a feeling something's probably going to happen this season and she's not going to. She's not going to be happy. And so Emily says that Sanderson did just publish a children's book. So that's cool.
Oh, that might be it's probably only 400 pages.
That might be the one Sanderson book I read.
It's a what do you call it? It's a picture book, but it's like 200 pages. Yeah.
And Christina says, even snowmen need water. And Emily did say that Skyward is a young adult sci-fi. She has not read it yet. Speaking
of Sanderson, I would have sent it to you if I thought about it. But I saw on YouTube a short that somebody did, and it said people reading Sanderson books, because she said the other day how quickly he writes them. And it's a guy sitting there reading a Brandon Sanderson book, and it has a sign beside saying new Brandon Sanderson book. And every page he turns, another new book gets plopped beside him, like as he's reading them.
Like, I'm still reading.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put it in like the general section of the Killing Time with Cozy's Discord, but like this like they make custom books, and they made custom books for Brandon Sanderson. They were giant editions of his books, and it was so cool that like the publishers actually gave them the permission for a one-time print so that they could take it to a printer, and they had to have them sign like a non-disclosure thing that they couldn't like, and they even got the brand new one and everything that was just coming out.
It was amazing.
Yeah, that was so cool. So I put that because I was like, there's a lot of Brandon Sander fans in here, so I thought they might get a kick out of that because it was pretty cool. And I'm just like, that's some talent they got too. And
right?
I want it. I would like to have that talent. Christina says, remember to hydrate, just as important in the winter. Yes. And I think I've ate too many carbs and too many sweets from yesterday to today, because all I'm wanting to do is drink this water, and I'm still thirsty, and I feel like I'm full up to here, but I'm still thirsty. And I know that's like a sign that I've had too much.
'Tis the season.
Yeah. Tis the season to not step on the scales tomorrow.
Unfortunately, I have to do it every single day regardless.
I do it every day because I do try to. I like to know so that I can smack myself and say, okay, cut the cut the stuff out you need to, but
they're checking because I have the extra fluid. So it's like, if I suddenly go up or go down, they need to know that, right? So I have to check and log it every day, and it's just depressing.
I was going to say, so it's like, thanks for depressing me during the holiday season. And Christina says, thanks for the update, Tiffany. And that is where I bought it, the Kindle. And Meg says, good night, Tiffany, and have Merry Christmas. And there's a lot of saying goodbye to Tiffany. And look on Goodreads, you can buy it there too. And I'll probably send you to the site where you can probably buy it. And Colonel Muster says, it looks like Colonel Sanders' romance book's been removed from Amazon. Even the link from Goodreads is broken.
Yeah, I think they took it down.
Maybe it was that bad that they're like, nobody wants to read it.
Why would it be removed from Amazon?
I don't know.
That's weird.
Maybe because they did. Maybe they did as a. Who knows?
Or it got too many bad reviews, or they decided to like.
What did they expect?
Although, I mean, they have like the monster romance stuff, and I'm pretty sure if they can do that, then Colonel Sanders should be able to have.
I'll have to go look.
I want to know why it was written. Like, what was the point?
He was bored and thought, "Hey, let's write a romance."
Clearly.
On a happier note, there's a commercial on the KFC YouTube channel from 2017 for the book featuring a half shirtless guy who looks a lot like Jesus.
Well, clearly then it was
off to see this now.
This is getting more and more interesting.
So it's not a copyright issue.
No. Yeah, I don't know.
That's funny.
Says I found a review for the book, posted the link in Discord. I can't find the book for purchase anywhere. Huh. And hello, Nancy says, "Oh, that KFC commercial on the Tender Wings book is funny." So now everybody's going to be going over to YouTube to see the commercial. I'll have to check it out afterwards. I sent the book link to my friend Barb because she had sent me, she finished the second episode and she had 3 cry emojis. That's why I'm like, oh, this isn't good. She's upset on the second episode. She's got the cry emoji. So I was like, here, this will make you happy. Look at Tender Wings of Desire.
They brought it out for Mother's Day.
Oh my goodness.
As a promotion for Mother's Day.
Well, there you go.
Hilarious.
I didn't read that time. Had to take a Wookiee out and took my sister and told my sister about the Colonel Sanders book. She laughed. And finished the Betchley riddles. Excellent. And we'll continue reading Frozen Detective by Amanda Flowers. My buddy read with Elizabeth. Cool. Emily got to page 264 of 1,242. And Kim's 61%. And Amy didn't read the sprint. It was on the phone with my dad. Well, hope your dad is doing well. So read to 90% of Scottish Christmas. Oh, you're so close to finishing your book.
Well done.
Jill says, didn't get far, only a few pages. I finished folding laundry. Very productive, though. And Christina says, finished supper and cut fabric for ornaments. My son's working.
Fun.
Ooh. And 60%. Awesome. Good for you, Storma. Thank you. And Amy says, I'm going to get off now. I need to take a shower before bed. Thank you for the sprints, ladies. Good night, everyone. And good night, Amy.
Mm-hmm.
Regina says, my goal was 75 this year, and I have almost read 90 books so far. That's awesome.
Well done.
And Meg says, congrats on the 240 books so far. So I also do a lot of audio and read more manga this year. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, and that helps too. Like a lot of my books were like super short and middle grady.
Middle grady.
And says I'm almost at 100. I'm at 139, 142.
I think maybe it means 139 out of 142.
Yeah, maybe.
Well done.
And, says, hello, everyone. Just popping in to say hello and hug the like button in between naps. I have been sick and finally got enough energy to check a few things. Merry Christmas and happy reading. Well, Alicia, I'm sorry you are sick and hope you get to feeling better and have a Merry Christmas.
I hope you feel better soon.
And Meg says, congrats to Regina and to Kim. Yes. And our goal is 150. I still got a week yet.
Absolutely.
You can get there. And I set my Goodreads goal at like, I don't know, 125 to 150 or something like that. Because I don't like Goodreads laughing at me if I get behind. And so I set it down.
Behind.
Yeah, I'm like, no mocking me, Goodreads. I
Fuck
will
her
get
off, Goodreads.
And Kim says, thanks, Meg. And says, I don't do audio. I've tried books on CD, but my mind wanders. Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't do a book on CD. It would be too slow.
Yeah. I started out with books on CD. And
well, that's how it used to be, right?
Yeah. And it used to be okay because, well, that's how you listen to them, and that was okay. Then they went to the one CD, so they were the MP3, where you could, if you were on your computer and you put the CD in, it had slow, like normal, slow, and fast or something. Mm-hmm. So I could speed it up on those, and I was like, oh, I like this a lot better. So I listened to those for a long time because that's how I reviewed for Tantor Audio. Was first I had started out with the CD ones, and then I got to where they started to send in the MPs, and now theirs is all digital. If they're going to send them to you, they send you a digital link, and so you just like listen to it on your computer and stuff. And I find though it's like, well, most of the books that are for Tantor Audio end up on Hoopla, where I can get them and then speed them up how I want. So I don't really review too much for them anymore. I don't pick out too much anymore because I have to have mine at a certain speed or it drives me crazy. Now that I've gotten used to it anyway. So.
Yep.
And it says you're close. And says, yes, my mind wanders too much for audio. I have noticed though that depends on what kind of book it is. And if I'm if I'm listening to something just because I'm like, well, I can listen to this book while I do things and everything, then sometimes my mind does wander because I'm really not wanting to listen to it. I'm just
that's the reason why your mind is wandering. Yeah.
I'm just listening to it while I'm on my computer to have something to listen to. Because I have done that a couple of times and I just shut it off. I'm like, I just let the TV run and just watch the TV and do this. Obviously, I'm not in the mood to like listen to a book. So I'm like, but
I can't be doing something else with my brain. Like I can be knitting or cross stitching, but that's more like almost like muscle memory in a way. Like, yeah, I'm following a pattern, but it's still muscle memory in a way. But I can't be doing something like I couldn't be editing a video or I couldn't be playing on my computer. Like that's how my brain works,
Yeah. Most of the time I can, put my books into the like cataloging thing because I got the same thing you have now because I got the collector.
Oh, you got I love the CLZ or whatever it is. That thing is great.
Yeah.
Oh, and are you cataloging your physical books?
Yeah.
Did you download the app to scan the ISBN code?
Yeah, I have done that though. I haven't because some of mine don't have that.
Yeah, no, some of mine don't either.
And when they do, they're not the right one.
No, it's the inside flap.
Sometimes mine don't even have that.
Me neither. I have to type it in.
Yeah. But yeah, I do have that for that. But yeah, a lot of times I just sit there and I just type it in and I'm doing things, but
gives you something to do.
Yeah, it gives me something to do. I've done 3 of my tubs so far.
I've done 1 box, which worked out to be 100 books.
Yeah, and I have almost 300 books out of the 3 tubs, but like I have like this, some are thick books, some are thin books, some are, and they're all mixed in. And I'm like, I don't know exactly how many books per tub, but
well, the tub that I filled Garrett, or the box that I filled Garrett said, don't fill it anymore. He goes, 100 is the maximum because when we move, you're going to need to lift them.
Lift it, yeah.
Right. And, he doesn't want the movers to like kill themselves. So
yeah, and that's like with my tubs that I have. It's okay for moving from here. I can scoot them around and I can do that. And if I was going to have to pick them up and put them in something, they would have to be lessened.
The scary part is that 100 didn't even make a dent. Like I said in a video, if I had 5,000, I will not be surprised.
Yeah.
Wow.
My collection is insane.
I still have
and I'm going to purge quite a number of them.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have I think 10 more tubs of books to go through.
I got 5 full bookshelves double stacked.
Yeah, so
with these size of books.
And that's not counting these books here and all my other bookshelves. I haven't touched them, but yeah, I got quite a bit. Yeah. I'm sure you probably have outdone me. But
well, I mean, because I picked them up for so cheap. The category romance books are so cheap. And that's why I love them, right?
Yeah,
but there's
well,
so many that I have are probably duplicated.
In my Vlogmas for tomorrow, I have like this little tiny book haul and everything. And
I miss a good book haul. Oh.
Like
I said that to Garrett the other day. I really want to go to the thrift store and just buy a couple things. I just want to spend $10, just this much.
We went in there just to look around, and I was like, and I'm a cheapskate. I will admit that's why I don't buy fancy new books. I'm a cheapskate, and everything. I like mine. I get the used stuff. I like to spend 50, 75 cents to $1. That's that's what the books I bought at this new place that we found in town, they were $1.99. I was like, so I got two, but I was like, I have a feeling I probably won't buy a whole lot from them because most of their books are going to be probably, I think, at the low end of $1.99. But it was kind of fun to go into like this. We had a new little place to check out.
It is fun to have a look. It's the hunt, the thrill of the hunt.
Yeah. And I've lost my place. Oh, there I am. And so would you suggest watching Virgin River before reading the books? I usually do it the other way, but okay, here's the thing. If you watch the TV series and you like some of the couple pairing, you will not like the couple pairing in the books because they have totally screwed up the couple pairings in some of them. Because I had somebody watch because I did I reviewed what I thought of the whole book series and everything and how it kind of compared to the TV show. And somebody goes, oh, well, I'm not going to read the books now because I like such and such together with this one on the TV series. And they're not together in the books. Far from it. Never. Wasn't even a thing. And that's why I'm like, what are they doing?
It sounds like what they did with Bridgerton. Bridgerton, the TV series, is different than Bridgerton, the books.
So
you have to take them at two separate things.
Yeah, you have to think of them as two separate things. If you like drama, have at the Virgin River TV show. If you like nice fluffy romances where there is a romance that gets resolved in each book, then read the books.
There you go.
That's kind of my thought because the TV show is just drama. It's just drama. It's pure drama. You never know what's going to happen or who's going to be with who or whatever. And so that's why we hate watch it.
Hate watch it.
And Maura says, thanks so much. Good night, everyone. My eyes are closing. Bye, Maura. And Jill says, up until last month or so, I didn't count magazines I finished. So with a couple of magazines, I finished 45 total between the two. Wow.
Excellent. Hey, I would count
magazines are reading, and if you get a subscription and stuff, especially like there's some of those magazines that have stories in them and stuff.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I would consider that. So Sanderson has a middle grade book series called Alcatraz and the Evil Librarian. It is a blast to listen to on audio. I'm gonna have to look that up.
That sounds like fun.
That may be the only Sanderson I ever read. And then it only says true story of the picture books called The Most Boring Book Ever. It's only 48 pages.
That's hilarious.
Is it? Yep. I retain water due to varicose veins. I can lose 5 pounds or gain 5 pounds overnight. Yes.
It's true.
That could be part of my issue too, because I have a lot of varicose veins. And sometimes they hurt really bad.
Yes.
And copyright or trademark issues, maybe with the Colonel Sanders, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And says it was never officially for sale. It was free download. Customers could win physical copies. It was a Mother's Day promo. Okay, maybe that's why then. And Colonel Sanders died years ago, and it was written in 2017, not when he was alive. Oh.
So it was ghost written, you might say.
So, yeah.
Sorry. It's tired and I'm late. I'm tired.
It's like it's late. Yeah, it's okay.
Yep, it's late.
Bad jokes are coming out.
Yep.
I have found that when Goodreads link to Amazon's not working is because it's not available in the U.S. It may work for those in Canada or Australia or other places.
Not for Canada. I can't get the chicken book.
Well, I've noticed sometimes if a link doesn't work for me whenever I go, when it takes me to Amazon, if I type the book in, it pops up. It's just a broken link on Goodreads.
Correct.
So you can watch the movie where Mario Lopez, yes, the book was turned into
And
the book was turned into a movie.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
With Mario. Okay. I love Mario Lopez, but I cannot picture that.
I'm picturing the little bow tie thing and the, like. But in terms of that whole Goodreads broken link, I can't tell you the number of times I've looked up a book on Amazon and been like, I could have sworn I owned an e-copy of that book. Then I go into the books that I own on my Kindle and, oh, look, there it is. But because they reissue it with a new cover, they don't mark that you own it.
Own it, yeah.
So I've bought stuff twice.
Yeah.
So always check your content, you guys, to make sure that you own it. Friendly piece of advice.
That's a good piece of advice. And Pat says, good night, y'all. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Pat. And Christina says, thanks for hosting today, Sarah. Stormy, Sarah, Tammy, Tiffany, enjoy the evening. Have a beautiful and blessed holiday season. And you too, Christina. Enjoy all those cookies you were baking the other day.
Absolutely.
And Kim says, I have 139. Goodreads has 142.
Very good.
And Christina says, and as always, remember to hydrate, check the laundry, and wrap the like button up with a bow. And so Emily says, I forget to update Goodreads to 2025 goals. Yeah.
You know what? I get set the first of the year. For the last 5 years, the first thing that I've done when I got up is go on Goodreads and set my Goodreads goal. That's been the first thing I've done every year. I don't know. And to check the color of whatever it is for Goodreads.
Yeah.
Because every year they change the color.
My problem is a lot of times I do not put the book as currently reading. And then whenever I finish it, I just go in and then I push read and give it a star rating. And then I'm done. I don't even review it a lot of times.
So you don't put the date. So it doesn't count.
I don't put the date, so it doesn't count. So even though it's actually on Goodreads, it doesn't count towards my goal.
Yeah, I understand.
So I've been trying to be better about putting it on. So if anybody ever sees they're looking at Goodreads and they see me pop on there and it says, Holiday by Gaslight started, currently reading, and then next 5 seconds it says Holiday by Gaslight finished. It's because I get my currently reading and then I get my.
You can just mark it as read. You don't have to mark it as currently reading. Just put it as read.
Yeah, but then it doesn't count if I don't put a date. So if I put currently reading, then it gives me the date.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That's hilarious.
I'm lazy. I don't want to put the.
I go that's part of my thing because I always know the next book I'm going to read. I've wiped my Goodreads clean now, but I'll start again in the new year. So it's if I finish a book, then I immediately know the next book, and I'll go on to Goodreads, finish the book, mark it finished, and then mark the next book as currently reading. That's my
idea.
Yeah.
I'm that organized. I'm that ADHD on it.
I'm not.
That's the only way in my life I am. If you looked at the rest of my life, it's a hot mess.
And Christina says, Jill, try speeding it up or working on a mindless task or coloring or chores for the audiobooks.
Yep. Or taking a walk or something.
Yeah. Good night, Esther Jane.
Night, Esther.
And Christina says, I'm the same with crochet. And says, you're right, Stormy. Mood is everything. Sometimes you just need the TV on in the background, and that is it. Yep.
Absolutely.
And I have close to 2,000 physical books. I was trying to keep track of them, but dived off of that wagon when I moved the house in June.
Absolutely understand.
And at that point, when you're off, it's almost harder to figure out how to adjust it so it's correct than just start over.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep. I know years ago, I think it was on Christmas Day or something like that. I had the urge, I'm going to take all of the books off my shelves and organize them on the shelves. Right? I took every book off the shelf. It took me 2 hours, and I stood there in the middle of the room and went, all right, well, now I don't want to continue. And I just walked out of the room and closed the door. It's a great
The
idea.
amount
Gary.
of times I have started categorizing these tubs is crazy, because my mind, I'm not organized. I'm very scattered. And I think I have a good thing going, and then I see somebody else doing it some other way, and I'm like, oh, I like that way. I want to do it that way, so I'll start doing that. But then I see somebody else. I was like, but I like that way.
You know what you guys should do? Where let's give my finger the right way. Where you use tubs and you use boxes. As you fill a box or a tub, you should print out a list of the books that are in it and tape it on there, so you know where to
that's
find
one
it.
thing about that website, that
the program that the both of us are using
paying for,
is you can mark what it's in.
Yeah. So now I have
cool.
numbers on my tub. So like I have orange tub number 1, orange tub number 2, blue tub number 1, silver tub number, and so in there, so I can put all my books. And that's the way, if I find a book I want to read, all I have to do is, it's in the silver tub number 1.
That's good. Good idea.
Well, I marked the top of mine too, right? The box. And I shouldn't lift more than 10 pounds still. I sometimes fudge it a little bit, right? But so I had said to Garrett, I said, I need you to come in and move this box. It was on the bed into the book room and just put it on the floor. He's like, okay, no problem. He goes, I said, hold on. And I grabbed my magic marker. I'm like, I write on the top of it what it is. And he goes, book number 1. And I'm like, hold on, box number 1. He goes, what? This is the first book?
It's a big one. That's one Emily should be reading.
That's a Brandon Sanderson right there.
Yeah.
It took the whole box to pick it up. And Christina says, I watched Coda's live book haul yesterday. Now I want to go through or 2. Yeah. It's a lot of fun to go thrifting. I wish my body could take it a little bit longer, because when my feet start hurting and my hips start hurting, then it gets to where I don't want to look at the books anymore. And I can't get down on the bottom to look at the bottom ones. And
I know.
then I'm like ready to go home. But I do like thrifting. I would really love to go to Springfield, because I know there's a lot of used bookstores there, but it's like an hour away or so. And I'm like, then I'm going to feel like I have to look at everything. And then by the time I get home, I'm going to barely be able to walk.
Right.
Says most of my books are still in the bins that I moved them in stacks. Hope to get it built in bookshelves by spring of 2026. And my goal, and I make this goal all the time, is to clean that daggum room over there out, because that's where I'm going to make my library. If I can get it cleaned out. But the thing is, it's like, we need this. So all I'm doing is putting the boxes from this side over to this side, and then cleaning and dusting. And then the book, I'm not getting rid of anything. I'm like, I've got to make executive decisions. We're not using these or anything, and I just need to throw the stuff away or something. And so I need to do that, because I got to paint the room and kind of finish it up, because it never got finished. It's an unfinished room from when we started building the house, and then the tornado happened in 2008, and then we just never finished it. So it's still unfinished. Like, it's got half of a floor that's not got like the tile on it.
Gotcha.
It's
Okay.
an unfinished room. And I want to make it into the library so that I can have all bookshelves all the way around it. And then I can take all my books out of the tubs and put them in there.
You're going to have them up?
One of these days. It's a goal.
One of these days.
And we have Bryce, the book daydreamer. Hi, Bryce. Says,
welcome,
hello.
Bryce.
The reading starting Bright Young Women by Jessica Knoll. That one was a popular one this year, I think.
I think so, yeah.
And Annie says, I like vintage books, but they are hard to find digitally. So I certainly won't give away the ones I have. And want to buy them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I think that's like the whole fun of it. It's fun finding the vintage ones, and finding ones like you did in like super good condition, Tammy, is just like, it's like you won the lottery.
I know. I was so excited.
When you find them, it's like, oh, this is so cool.
My husband bought me something for Christmas, and I can't say what it is because it's not Christmas yet. But oh my gosh, you guys, I am so excited.
Oh, you'll have to share after Christmas.
Yep.
Yes, I will. And you two are going to probably think it's the coolest of anybody. So
Oh, probably.
I can't wait.
Yay, I can't wait.
I love it.
Lee says when I was packing to move, I was doing 25, 50 books a box, and they were heavy. I plan on reading and purging a majority of them in 2025.
Yes.
And your books are probably a lot heavier than our books too, because you read like the thrillers and things like that.
Right? Yeah, I was
and
thinking
so,
like more the trade paperbacks, hardcovers.
Yeah, where we got like the little bitties.
Yeah, we're the cheap little falling apart mass market paperbacks.
Yeah. And Meg says, I've learned to keep Outlander books separate from the TV show and love them both despite their differences. Yep, that's how you have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I started out liking Virgin River, the TV show, and then it just went off the rails. It says, well, I started watching RV before I knew it was books. Maybe it's supposed to be VR. I was enjoying it, but I stopped because of the books. Yeah. Well, Sissy, we started it. We watched the first series, the first season. Me and my friend Barb, and we were like, "Oh, this is like great! Oh, we're gonna have to wait. It's a book series. Let's just do the books." So then we got the books, and then we're like, "These are so different." And then we just read all the books, and it's like these are so fluffy. And then that's when we started hating it after. But the first season, we both loved the first season. Mario Lopez movie is called A Recipe for Seduction.
Oh, that's good.
All I can picture is this cute little dimples. I just can't do it. I just can't.
As the Colonel, with that weird goatee thing that he's got going on.
We just can't do it. It says, have a good night, everyone. Happy holidays. Be safe and blessed. And night, Anita, and have a Merry Christmas. And says, I harassed you all enough tonight. just got me. Well, good night and have happy holidays and Merry Christmas. You too, Colonel Mustard. You have a good time. Merry Christmas. And the cookie bake day had a few issues. We did not get many baked. Had more doughs than usual doughs. Oh no, we were up way too late and never got to see Grandma.
I'm sorry.
Hey, I gotta run.
Bye, honey.
Oh,
bye, guys. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. The kids are a really good time, which is the important part, right?
That is absolutely the important part.
We are almost to the end. And it says, I posted a spoiler-filled review of the KFC book in Discord. I haven't finished watching it. Okay. And Nancy says, Sanderson book, Evil Librarians, is only 323 pages. I can handle that. Yeah, see, I could do that one. That'll probably be. I'm going to look that one up. That'll probably be.
It looks like a book that you would like, Storm.
Yeah, it sounds like it. So I'm like,
Brandon Sanderson sounds like an author you might like, but he just, I think, is intimidating.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe one of these days I'll make it one of those Can I Survive a Brandon Sanderson book video.
That would be fantastic. And vlog the whole thing. Even if it took you a couple months. Yeah, you know what I mean? I think that would be so much fun. And if anyone is curious, because my thing just buzzed, take my pills. This is roughly how many pills I take a day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And that's been cut down.
Wow. That's a lot of pills.
Yeah, it is.
And that they don't look small either.
And a lot of horse pills.
That's what I was going to say. They didn't look small. Wow.
No.
By the way, that mood was my whole November and most of December.
Mm-hmm.
And my thrift stores don't have good books.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Mine don't have a lot, but every now and then I run into some. And
sometimes you get lucky.
And Christina says, hi, Bryce.
I was on Facebook Marketplace the other day because I like to look for lots,
mm-hmm.
like Emily got, or like Tammy got, excuse me. And I found one and somebody was selling a whole bunch of Harlequins and they had 100 of them and they're like $3 each or make an offer. I'm like, I can buy them for $1.50 at the thrift store. Why am I going to pay you $3 each?
Well, that's
there's a specific one I wanted.
Yeah. There's this one vendor at Antiquish where we go a lot. They have some of those Harlequin romances that are like the really vintage, like 70s or whatever it is.
That's different.
They want like $8 for them.
Yep.
And I tell the lady who runs the store all the time, I'm like, she could easily sell those if she wants, like, you know, a couple bucks for them, maybe. But I'm not paying $8.
No,
unless it's the last book I need.
Right? You know, or because the problem is, I think a lot of people, like a lot of sellers, think they have something. Where in reality, if you look at it, it's actually a reprint.
Yeah.
It's not the original. I bought one that was actually the original from 1950 something, and I paid $25 for it. But it was the original printing from 1956 or whatever it was.
Yeah, because some of mine are reprints and some of mine aren't. But
I don't care either way.
Yeah, I don't either. They still have the same cover from like the originals, and that's what I like. And they're still vintage because even the 80s is still vintage, even if it's a
yeah. I'm vintage at this point. Yeah. Oh my god! Very quick story. So I'm in today getting the biopsy done. I had it finished. And I'm chatting with the nurses as they're finishing up, and we were talking about. She's like, "Oh, you used to be at Sick Kids, you know, when you were young." And I said, "Yeah." I said, "To tell you how old I am," I said, "when I used to get ECGs done, you know, where they stick the things on your chest and do that for your heart." I said they used to do it with suction cups back in the day. Now it's stickers, right? And the other nurse turns around and she goes, "I saw that at a museum." You know? And I'm like,
thanks a lot.
I wanted to turn around and go, "Does your mother know where you are?" I'm just laying there holding my neck going, "Thanks." Way to kick me when I'm down. But it did make me laugh. I had to laugh at it. Just the way she said it, you know, like totally nonchalant, you know?
And Christina says, yeah, that was supposed to be VBR. I thought it was. Oops. It's been a long day. She got through season 1, I think. Yeah, see, that's where we got, you know, first, and then we read the book. So, like I said, it depends. If you want drama and you don't mind, like, relationship swaps and things like that, you can watch the shows before the books. But if you want the actual characters, who are they supposed to be with, and they're happily ever afters, read the books.
Because it was Robin Carr who wrote them. So if you want the way Robin Carr saw it, or the way the production company saw it.
Yeah. Yeah, because some of those, what were you thinking?
Yeah.
Why did you think this was going to make a better book? Better, you know, it's like, I don't get it. And Emily says, Storm, we should do a TBR swap.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
Your TBR would intimidate me. I don't know. But we could try that, yeah. But the thing is it might take 2 months to finish your TBR.
Yeah, you'd be at it all year.
And so she says, I might just finish watching it and then read the books. Yeah. Yeah, you go, and then you watch it and then read the books, and then you'll be thinking, what? They were never together. How did this happen?
Yeah, right.
And M says, have a good night, everyone. My nephew and his wife are visiting from out of town. Merry Christmas.
Lovely.
Merry Christmas, M. Have a good time.
The family time is always so lovely.
It may spoil it a little, but I usually like the books better anyway.
Awesome.
Imagine my evil cackle right now. Yeah, exactly. She's like, what I could put on the TBR.
Exactly. So I know Tiffany's not doing her thing tomorrow, but are you busy, Storm, tomorrow?
No, I have nothing to do.
So maybe I'll do a couple of hours tomorrow.
Sure.
I think PK is later in the day. I'll check to see what time hers are going, and then I'll message you on Discord.
Okay. Yeah,
okay.
I could do that. Could hang out. And Lee says you guys are cracking me up.
Even if it's just for a few hours, just for something to do tomorrow, you know?
Yeah, because we're not going anywhere doing anything.
No, us neither.
So
we can be of assistance, Lee.
Yeah, actually, making people laugh, that is our job and everything.
Right.
So that is the last comment. Do you have anything coming out soon?
Actually, this week is going to be quiet for videos, to be honest, other than my little shorts, because it's the week of Christmas, you know?
Cool.
Next week will be TBR week once I finalize it.
You said PK's is at night, so yeah.
Okay. So maybe I'll do like 3 or 4 my time, which would be what, 2 or 3 your time?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do 3 o'clock your time. 4 o'clock my time, and we'll go for a couple hours, and then finish in time for supper.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay, cool. I'll send you the link tomorrow.
Okay. And with that, we are off because we have finished the comments and everything. So if we don't see some of you guys tomorrow or whatever it is, have a Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Enjoy your holidays and all the good eats, but don't eat too much like I did because
no.
I don't feel so well. Good night, everybody.
Thanks, Storm. Bye.